laziness, we can support you, aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Satrusham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, everyone. I welcome all of you today who are watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I welcome all of you today who are joining us for the Parashakti Akashic readings. And if you are here, it is not an accident, but an incident of the cosmos itself. An existence is trying to manifest itself through you and wants you to be here in this form. You are a conscious miracle of existence, and existence is trying to express itself through you. So welcome to this sacred spiritual experience, which is your experience of the divine. And this may be what you think as your first time in the presence of a divine cosmic being, but this is not the first time this energy has graced planet Earth. And if you're watching this now, it is not a coincidence, but a cosmic intervention in your life to make you manifest what you want. And some of you might be wondering how this is possible and how has it worked before. So you can experience these answers through the powerful cognitions as referenced from the ancient texts of Hinduism, revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So now let's see, who is Devi Parashakti, the Divine Cosmic Mother? Devi is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness, the Cosmic Mother. She is the Source Shakti, and it is her cosmic womb, the Brahmanda Yoni, from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in, and is the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on and on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, source power, and source of everything, and is the main deity of the sacred feminine, and the divine consort of Bhagwan Paramashiva, who is the primordial divinity in Hinduism. And the first and foremost relationship is mother. The ability to learn and even the idea to relate starts with the mother. How to relate starts with the mother. So understand your idea to relate and your ability to relate starts with the mother. A mother is a too important factor or way to connect with what you think as life. And in the Vedic tradition, our rishis were aware that your ability to connect with the mother should be directed to the cosmos. It should inspire and awaken your higher consciousness. And connecting with life through the mother is the most sweetest, most beautiful, most easiest form to ever connect. And today, out of his extreme love and compassion, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself and gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to all of our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. Now let's understand what the science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan is. What exactly is the Bhava Samadhi Darshan that all of us are going to receive today? So the word Samadhi means, it has two components. Sama is oneness and Adi means source. So Samadhi means one with the source, and Bhava means attitude or aspect. So Bhava Samadhi is being one with the source through this aspect. And darshan means to have a glimpse of. So in the Vedic tradition, it is used to describe the moment when we behold a deity, an avatar, a saint, or an enlightened being, as just seeing such a being can cleanse the karmas of lifetimes and create a deep lasting transformation in the receiver, in all of you and all of us. And darshan is a powerful superconscious vibration that is present around an avatar at all times. And he simply radiates darshan just as the sun continuously radiates light. And the auspicious moment when you receive that, when you catch it, becomes the darshan, the moment of darshan for you, which raises you to the next level subconscious breakthrough, and which is literally like hitting a reset button on your being. And a few fundamental understandings that we have to internalize and understand about the science of Baba Samadhi Darshan is that divine cosmic beings are real and they manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened time-space zone, through deities and incarnations. And the divine cosmic beings manifest through the Archavatar, the deities in temples, and through the Baba Samadhi Darshans in Nijavataras incarnations. The Baba Samadhi Darshan is also the science where the Nijavatar manifests Paramashiva, the consciousness, and it is where the formless, the being of Paramashiva, expresses through the Divya Sharira and manifests as Nijavatara, the physical form, for us to experience Paramashiva. So now all of you can see how Devi Parashakti expresses through the beings of Raja, the physical form, to Devi Meenakshi. Avatar reflects the consciousness and manifestation of the superconscious energy, but unfortunately, human beings are not mature enough to receive the higher level experiences from the Archavatar directly. And so the avatar, the physical embodied form, comes down to bridge the gap and create an experience of superconscious energies in all of us. And another important thing, amazing thing that happens during the Baba Samadhi Darshan is that the Baba Samadhi awakens your Kundalini Shakti, which is the latent potential, and this influx of superconscious energy visibly slows down the aging process, improves immunity to disease, as well as many other energies. And during the darshan, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor for superconscious energies that heal, empower, and transform all of our lives. And during the Baba Samadhi darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar, mirroring neurons, which is a natural phenomenon in every human being, activate the process of all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing. And that is, the entire body can silently and without moving receive what is happening elsewhere through a process of direct observation and experience the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. And the Akashic readings, the readings from the cosmic archives, is not a prediction. It is beyond space where creation and destruction happen simultaneously. In the dimension of time, the past, present, and future start. But because the Akashic records are stored in the Akasha, the space dimension, there is no past, no present, and no future. So that is why what you call as happening, and yet to happen are clearly already recorded. So now let's see who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, the macrocosmic ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1000th incarnation of Paramashiva as per Hinduism and is recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities a lifestyle for humanity.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Kanchi Kailasha Sarvagyapitam, which is the Tande Mandala Adhanam, is the incumbent emperor of Suryavamsha Sarangi Samrajyam, the present 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam of Kailasa Unnata Shyamala Pita Sarvagyapitam, the present Mahamadleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akada, which is the largest of its monastic order.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1000th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar, the head for all spiritual leaders of Atal Akada, and is the present 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharma Mukti Swarga Paramadhinam, and is elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1000 Hindu leaders.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also revered as a teacher of Hinduism. most prolific, most viewed, read, and watched. He has authored 300 books in 10,000 articles and 10,000 articles in 3 different languages, which are English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, and these are translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. And over 20 million copies of these books and articles have been sold, read, and downloaded. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also given over 10,000 hours of discourses, and he has enriched and enriched 1 billion plus lives digitally, and is respected as a commentator of all sacred scriptures such as Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Brahma Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gitas, Jain Sutras, and many more.
And is honored as the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader, and is the reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including the Rudrakanyas, Rudras, Rishis, Rishikas, Bhairavas, Bhairavis, and the Sannyas. Establisher of the largest Hindu university, Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University, in the world with satellite campuses in 150 countries, and is the establisher of 1,000 plus Kailasa, the enlightenment ecosystem, and is the founder and reviver of over 100 Sarvagni Pithas, and is the collector of the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books.
And now, with this, we will be getting into the next segment where we will be seeing a live demonstration of the power manifestation, which is given as a gift to humanity through the science of Diksha. So, we will now be getting into the power demonstration, into the introduction and demonstration of these extraordinary Shaktis.
So the Balasans, the Nityananda Yogis, the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, will now be demonstrating the powers of third eye and sharing with all the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation of the divine powers awakened in us through initiation, Diksha.
And in today's Bhavasamadhi Darshan, all of us will also be receiving the initiations into the powers of third eye, awakening and various other powers with the blessings and grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And we will be manifesting the following powers of third eye, which is seeing with the eyes blindfolded, and many other various powers. And for those of you who might be wondering where the third eye is located and how it works, the third eye is a cosmic browsing center which is located between the brows, and which upon initiation express powers and see through the third eye just as you would with your 2 eyes.
So what are Shaktis? In the Vedagamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis, the divine powers. Manifesting powers, Shaktis, are described as a system, method, and science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are a divine, you need to manifest divine, and not that you are a man and you need to reach divine.
And some of you might have heard the term Siddhis, as it is a very common term used when there's any type of extraordinary manifestation. So let's look at the difference between Shaktis and Siddhis. So Shakti is expressed from the space of enlightenment as a side effect of feeling connection with the divine and high integrity with the Guru, and are a source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis are powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment and are on the path of enlightenment.
And a few more differences between the Shaktis and Siddhis are that Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings in an extraordinary way after initiation from the avatar and are permanent, whereas Siddhis are not permanent and may divert you from enlightenment.
And Paramashiva, the source of all these Shaktis, is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form, and causality. And as the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, or the five cosmic acts of Shrishti, which is creation, Sthiti, which is sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, which is rejuvenation, Throbhava, pulling out a delusion for all living entities.
And the avatar of that Paramashiva, the source of Shaktis, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, as the thousandth incarnation of and the representative of Paramashiva and the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation, ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences. It was where the science of enlightenment and powers, Shaktis, was lived and taught as a lifestyle. For the first time in modern day, the Hinduism is reviving these yogic sciences and transmitting it to the world at a record-breaking pace, which is never accomplished before.
And all of this knowledge and this science of our manifestation, these Shaktis, are passed down from one generation to the next through Diksha, which is initiation by enlightened gurus. And this is called the Guru Parampara, where the sciences is passed down from one generation to the next. And the supreme point of Hinduism, being recognized as an incarnation at a very young age, was trained and taught these sciences to revive the initiations and knowledge repositories for billions to manifest the science of our manifestation from the disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Sri Vidya, Yoga and Yoga powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, science of Aushadha, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashivoham, Advaita, and many such others. And you can all also see all the various enlightened masters, enlightened gurus, who have trained and taught Swamiji, the supreme point of Hinduism, ever since he was young.
So, how do we awaken these Shaktis, these divine powers in us? Every jnana, which is the ultimate truth, mapped into your consciousness, prajna, manifests as the possibilities and the powers of every being, which is prajnana.
And the science of our manifestation is authenticated through four aspects of evidences or pramanas. So the first is the Shastra Pramana, which are the eternal, unchangeable truths revealed in the source scriptures. And then the next is the Apta Pramana, which are the experiences and results of Aptas or authorities of Hinduism, where the Vedic rishis and scientists have time-tested and verified these sciences.
And the next is the Atma Pramana, the account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of the power manifestation. And the fourth is the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation.
And now let's see what are the Vedas and the Agamas. So the Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus and are pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. And the Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology and applied sciences are expanded. So the Vedas and Agamas, the Vedagamas, which is a living applied science for Hindus, is given the status of Shruti as they're directly revealed by Paramashiva, and they're the ultimate, eternal, unchangeable truths. And a reference cited from these Shastras or source scriptures is called the Shastra Pramana.
So let us now get ready to witness a very unique and exciting demonstration of this power, the power of third eye. after going through all the pramanas, the evidences for manifesting this power of third eye. So the first is the Shastra Pramana, the for the power of third eye, where we'll be seeing through the third eye. So the Shastra Pramana comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Dharana 11, 34th verse. Kapalaantarmanonyasya तिष्ठन्मीलितलोचनः क्रमेण मनसोदार्ढ्यात् लक्षयेत् लक्ष्यमुत्तमम्. The translation is by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession by that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal Lakshyam by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source Paramashiva. The next is the Apta Pramana, where Krishna initiates Arjuna into this power of third eye. न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टु मनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्. Bhagwan Krishna says to Arjuna, but you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore I grant you divine third eye vision. Behold my cosmic opulence. In the Hindu Purana Bhagavad Gita, Bhagwan Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye to behold Krishna's Vishwarupa Darshan, the vision of his cosmic form. The 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which contains the description of Bhagwan Krishna's cosmic form, is completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagwan Krishna through the third eye. The next is the Atma Pramana, where Swamiji shares in Swamiji's own words, the first experience that I was able to around me, above me, the whole 360-degree 10 directions below me, everything, I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience all of that as me. The next is the Pratyaksha Pramana, the empirical evidence from observations and scientific experimentations, where the steady measures and compare metabolic cell activity of the brain in conscious and meditative states using the positron emission tomography, the PET. When doing the daily activities, it was shown that it was proven activities measured in the brain where the third eye is located, whereas when in deep samadhi state, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is at peace. The next, the Sakshi Pramana, the experience and results of the extraordinary power manifestation happening through the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. This rare sacred science of third eye awakening is being made available to humanity for their ultimate enrichment and conscious evolution by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, as living incarnation of Paramashiva. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism embodies the bounds of time, space, and matter. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is gifting this pure Vedic science of third awakening along with many other spiritual sciences through initiation or Diksha to millions of people having been initiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and are experiencing the profound results as extraordinary manifestation in their everyday life. So now we will be having a live demonstration of the Sakshi Pramana of the power of third eye with the Balasans for the Nityananda Yogis initiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So we have again Ma Madhura with us, who will be doing this demonstration of of the Sakshi Pramana of the power of third eye. So Ma Madhura has an eye band with her, which she will be showing to all of us. So as you all can see, this eye band has a sponge attached to it, which has two openings, like a pit, into which the eyes will just go and stick. So when this eye band is tied with the strap, it will be tightened on her head and it will just stick to the eyes. And the nose will also get stuck in between the cut on the eye band. So there is no possible light that will be able to enter in through this eye band. Around Ma Madhura has a volunteer who will be helping her to put on the eye band in a secure way. So as you all can see, Ma Madhura is not putting the eye band for herself. Somebody else is putting it, so it will be secured properly. And Ma Madhura will be unmuted throughout the whole time. So in here, there will be it is completely foolproof. So as you all can see, Ma Madhura, you can turn to the left, right, and show up and down. So as you all can see, there is no possible gap which is visible, and no light will be able to pass through. So now, whoever wants can comment random numbers, random sentences, any language that you wish. In any language that you wish. Any scientific term of your choice, which you think Ma Madhura will not know.
Yes,
you can
so
comment
anything. Okay, so the last we have a donation from Ingo Horman, and it says donation for all the sadhus, and it has come in green color, and it is 5 rupees.
As you all can see,
for your contribution, Kailasama.
Yes. So as you all can see, it is
5 euros.
Yes, it is 5 euros of donation by Ingo Horman, and it says donation for all the sadhus, just like how Paramashiva revealed to the third eye, through the third eye of Ma Madhura. So if anybody else wants, you can take a moment and comment.
Yes, you can post anything, you can comment anything you would like, either a sequence of emojis, numbers, or you can even mix both. You can mix letters, sentences, or you can even put something that doesn't even make sense. And you can even put a different language. I have a paper with me, so I can draw what you write, even if I don't understand the language. So yes, we have Raj, who has put Nithyananda and a Namaskar emoji. I think we can go back to the comments. Now we have some videos being shown of the Swarajya Shakti Samyama, and then it keeps you're scrolling up.
So anybody wants, you can comment anything.
And in the meantime, I have this book with me, which is Uncommon Answers to Common Questions.
We have more comments.
Yes. we have more comments. So we have Prabjot Gill Aya who has put 369, Nikola Tesla. Then we have Raj who has put hers, Lichen, Glukunscha, and 2 thumbs up in yellow hands. And I guess that's some European language, maybe Spanish or French or something. And then we have Saranka Vidyakaran, Manke Lalatakshananda. There is no bondage greater than one which arises from speech.
So as you all can see, it has been projected in front of you all. Exactly whatever people have been commenting is what Paramashiva has revealed through the third eye. So if anybody else also wants, you can comment anything to confirm yourself that it is exactly what you are typing and sending.
Yes, so I have this book with me. Okay, so we have Raj who has put super, it's German language man, and 2 thumbs ups in the yellow.
Yes, so Madhura has a book with her. She'll be opening a random page for all of you and reading a page.
Okay, so I opened a random page in front of all of you. And this is page number 60 and 61. So page 60 says, soon we will have a session on each and every chakra and how to have a better understanding about the chakra, conscious portion of the mind. Meditation clears the unconscious portion. When both are cleared, you will see a tremendous transformation of the being. A tremendous flowering of the being happens in you. That is why I call this program Ananda Spurana. Spurana means flowering. The flowering of bliss is happening in our being continuously. Only we don't look inward. We don't see what is happening. Just look inward and you will find it. This Ananda Spurana, this flowering of bliss. So that is the first first 3 paras of this page before we have another question. And I think we even have another comment from, I think we can scroll up a little bit more, from Prabjot Gill, who has put Parashakti Akashic readings, 9th August 2021. Then a map, a picture of a picture of a clock, and then trees, like something with nature, and something yellow is there, and then a mountain, and then the sun, and then a tornado. It looks, we can scroll back down to the comment. Yeah, and then we have, after the tornado, we have something in orange, which I'm not sure what it is. And then we have a painting palette and then a Om. And then we have Saranka, who has put Iuji, which I'm not exactly sure which language that is, but it is a different language, or maybe a random thing. EEUWIGEGELUKZALIGHEID. And
as
then
you all
she
can
has
see, it has been projected. It is exactly the letters that Mamadura had just spelled out.
Yes, and she has put 3 roses and 2 party things, and then a sunflower, and she has put something in Tamil. Maybe before that you can all see the book, the page which I read, the part I read.
Yes, so as you all can see, the book, whatever Mamadura read, is exactly what is in this page.
Yes, so now okay, Saranka has gotten back saying yes, ma, it's Dutch, and now I'll be drawing what she has typed in Tamil. So all of you can see this is an empty page.
So as you all can see, it's an empty page.
Yeah, and now I'll be writing what Ma Saranka has given. So it's in Tamil. And then okay.
So as you all can see, Ma Saranka has Nandam, and exactly that is what has been copied by Ma Madhura in writing. It is also shown. She's showing the paper that she has written.
Yes, so so the last comment we have is from Ma Saranka, saying yes, Ma, it's Dutch. And do we have any more comments, Ma, which have come after that?
Nope. As of now, it is just that much.
Yes. So if anyone else would like to comment before we move to the next power. Okay, so we have Ma Saranka who has put a smiley emoji and then a party phone emoji, and then we have Prabjot Gilaya who has put wow with so many O's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41 O's. And then emoji with a cat in a box, and then emoji of funny face. I don't know exactly what that is. And then another party emoji with a face, and then a emoji with a magnifying glass, an emoji with sunglasses, and then a heart, and then Nithyanandam, and then a fire emoji with a heart and a namaste, namaskar emoji, and then Raj who has put 3 namaskar emojis, and then Masaranka who has put laughing emoji.
So as you all can see, it is exactly whatever Paramashiva revealed, and even how many ever O's is exactly what Paramashiva has revealed. So then with this, I think the volunteer can help Mamadura out of the IBAN, and we'll be entering into the next power of body scanning. So as you all can see, it is the exact same IBAN that was shown before. With this, we'll be entering into the next power, which is the power of body scanning. So now we will be manifesting the power of body scanning. In this power of body scanning, one awakens to the ability to scan illnesses, diseases, medically diagnose issues, and provide solutions through the awakened third eye. So the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference to manifest this power of body scanning. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshmataraani cha tatvani yani nilayam dhyatvante vyajyate para. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principle of your whole body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe simultaneously consists of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause Paramashiva. By the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts in the ultimate universal divine power Paradevi. Adishakti is revealed and the supreme power manifestation happens.
For this power is from the life of the Siddha, whose name is Teriyar. And he was one of the prominent disciples of Agathya. And one day a man suffering from severe headache comes to Agathya for healing, and Agathya uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small terai, a type of frog, sitting in the person's brain, and Agathya immediately instructs Teriyar, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. And after the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed and cured of the headache, and thus he gains the name Terayar.
So, Atma Pramana, the accounts from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam's life that has time tested and authenticated the science. On the 22nd December 2019, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, revealed how Swamiji uses the power of body scanning. Paraphrasing Swamiji's own words, only when I had the multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go for surgery and therefore for medical checkups related to that. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body conditions due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out what the problems, imbalances had happened, and where balance has to be done. I used allopathy as a second opinion to verify my findings.
And now all of you can see the Sakshi Pramanas. You can see a few screenshots taken from social media where few of the thousands of disciples who have been initiated into these powers have shared their experience of this power of body scanning. And now we will be witnessing the live demonstration of the power of body scanning. So anyone who would like a body scan can put your comments in the YouTube comment section, and we will be doing a body scan for you. So if you would like a body scanning or a healing, anything, you can put it in the comment section on the Kailasha's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and we will be doing a body scanning for you. So yes, we have Prabjot Gilaya, who is asking, can you please scan my body there? And there is a problem with my gums. May you please scan? Yes, Ma Pragna, you can start scanning for Prabjot Gilaya. And Ma Saranka has also asked for a body scan. Yes, Ma, now I will be scanning your body. So we will be chanting the Mahavakya and starting with manifestation. Prabjot Gilaya, Ma Pragnana is scanning you, and Ma Saranka, I am scanning you. Ma. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Prabodhgalaya, I was able to, Parameshwar revealed that due to the limit of movement of your body, you're facing pain on your back. And as you said, the shoulder pain is also because of the limited movement of your body. So I was able to see that you need to do yoga twice in a day, and that will increase the movement of your body. And the more you do the yoga and the stretches, stay for some more than 10 seconds in each posture, and you will see the body stretching. You'll feel the strength in the body, and that will help you to undergo to relieve the pain in your back and the shoulder. And I was able to see that the food that you're consuming is what is causing the problem with your gums. So I was able to see that first eat lighter food and have more liquid diet. So this will help you with healing the gums, and then have more of Ayurvedic diet and diet that is there in the Bhaga Shastras. So this is what Parameshwara had revealed for you, Prabjot Vilaya.
Yes, so Prabjot Gilay, you can get back in the comments. And Ma Saranka, for you, I was able to see, Ma, that there is a lot of dryness in your body, lots of heat getting accumulated in that body, and that heat is not allowing the food that you eat properly get digested, and that is also affecting your stomach badly because the digestion is not happening properly. So for this, I was able to see that you first have to take an oil bath at least for the next 3 days and cool down your body. Use castor oil, take oil bath, cool down your body, a full body bath, including you can take even a head bath, apply the soap for the next 3 days. That will help in cooling down your entire body. And on your stomach, keep like that also for the next 3 to 5 days. In the night before you sleep, keep a wet cloth on your stomach for 10 to 15 minutes. That will help in the digestion to get healed. So this is what I was able to see for you. So you can get back in the comment section.
Yes, so I was just scanning Ma Celine G. She's asked for body scanning. So what Parameshwar revealed is there is a lots of excess in bile juice that is being forming, Ma. So I was able to see that consumption of more water will help you relieve the problem, and that is one of the major problems that I was able to see. And one more thing is that you're having a lots of knee pain. That is also due to the digestive problem that you're facing. So, consumption of water and haritaki is what Parameshwara has revealed. And Ma Ananda Parameshwari has asked from Christian Nithyanandam, someone break in place I live and work. They take money from us and internet equipment and expensive pencil with diamond from a boss, or also other wallet for few days miss. So you can come back for this power in either Venkateshwara readings or for Akashic readings, Ma. This will be scanned in the Akashic records.
You can ask Marcus. And Ma Solangi had also asked for body scanning, and Rajaya is also asking for healing for the skin problems. This one we can scroll a little up. So Ma Pranyana, you can now scan for Ma Solangi, and I'll be scanning for Rajaya.
Yes, so I just revealed for Ma Solangi that I was able to see excess bile juice that was being formed. So the solution is to have haritaki and water, ma. And I was also able to see that you're having knee pain, a lots of knee pain that is occurring very suddenly. So the solution I was able to see for your knee pain is also digestive related, and I was able to see that the same haritaki and water consumption will help you with even your knee pain. Um, this is what Paramashiva has revealed.
Yes, and for, Rajaya, for you, I was able to see for the next 1 or 2 weeks in the water that you take bath in, you can mix little basma or turmeric. Get the basma. You can, if you can get the basma from the nearest temple. If you don't have basma right now at your house, then you can keep some turmeric in front of the screen as you watch the darshan. Get the turmeric energized, and use at least water that you use to take bath. And with that turmeric water, you can take bath for the next 1 or 2 weeks. That will help in healing your skin, Aya.
So, Ma Christy Jan Baran, I was able to see you have also asked Nityanandam, I would like to have a body scanning. I feel stressed because of experience of robbery. And can you please see if things also will be returned? So, when I scanned for the body scanning, I was able to see that I was able to see that there is some sort of mist that is forming in your throat, ma, that is making your voice hoarse. So the solution I was able to see for that throat mist that has been formed is for you to have 1 spoon of honey with pepper mixed with the honey, at least half spoon of pepper mixed with the honey, and that will help you with the throat. And I was able to see that you are becoming mentally unstable because of the experience that you have faced. So I was able to see that the solution for that is to spend your time listening to Mahavakya and to take part in the Swaraja Samyama, which is you either listen to the Mahavakya and lessen your talking. So I was able to see the solution for your stress is to do the Swaraja Samyama, and it will help you. Naveen Kumar Somanathaya has also asked for body scanning, which my mother is already doing.
Yes, so Aya, for you, I was able to see that for the past few days, you have been putting a lot of pressure on your feet, and also overall you are getting quite stressed, and due to that you are having frequent headaches, and that is also affecting your eyes. So I was able to see that for that, if you watch satsangs, any satsang that you would like, you can watch the live programs every day. And if you're not able to do that, then at least every day watch some satsang, any satsang of Swamiji's of your choice. You can watch that satsang, and that will help you in relaxing and getting into the space of Paramashivoham, and that will also heal you completely. And you can also drink lots of hot water. This is also one more solution I was able to see. So that was for Naveen Kumar Somanathaya. Yes, and Rajaya has got back saying, thank you, Ma. I will follow the solution as Paramashiva prescribed. Yes, Aya. And you will surely be healed by the grace and blessings of Paramashiva and Swamiji. And now with this, we come to the conclusion of today's Power Manifestation segment. And we will be moving on to the further segments where we will be learning about who is Devi Parashakti and how we can receive her, and also what she has revealed for humanity. So we will be moving on to the further segments. I thank all of you for joining us today for this Power Manifestation segment. And please stay tuned for the further segments. And every day at 2 a.m. IST and 4 p.m. IST, we will be having the third eye body scanning and also various other powers. So you can again join us for that if you would like a body scanning. And with this, we will be moving on to the next segments. Thank you, Nithyananda.
So now we'll be understanding about the divine feminine consciousness.
Yes, so we'll be
So-
learning about Devi Parashakti and as Mapagina said about the divine feminine consciousness.
Yes. So the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti from the Lalita Sahasranamam. सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत् तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखी मापीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यामलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नगतस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्. The translation is that the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body with a triple eyes, sporting a crown of rubies studded with a crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with mead and the other twirling a red lotus.
And the next verse, which also comes from the Lalita Sahasranama, Arunam Karunam Tarangatakshim Dhritapaşankuşapuşpabanachapam Animadibiravritamayukaihi rahamityeva vibhavaye bhavani. And the translation for this verse says, I meditate on the great empress. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion and holds the noose, the gourd, the bow and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as anima for race and she is the self within me.
Devi, the ultimate pure feminine consciousness, Parashakti, is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in. Source, where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Parashakti, the source Shakti, source energy, source power from which all of us came, in which all of us are even now, in which all of us are going to merge.
And Devi, out of her extreme compassion and love, she herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself.
So, in the words of Parashakti herself, raising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Hrimkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in 40 triangles, the Kailasa Swamini, who is in Kailasa Sripura Chintamani. Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashiva Parameshwari, who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi, as Nithyananda Atara here, to give good boon to everyone, to bestow all goodness, Hiranyagarbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samraja Lakshmi Parameshwari, Parashodasi Meenakshi, taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara with great compassion. I am blessing pleasant people. To do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara.
And again, in the words of Devi Parashakti herself, She beautifully says, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva, manifesting as source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Icha, Kriya, and Jnana, growing as four Vedas, expanding as five Panchabhutas, beyond six chakras, filled as Gotras of seven Rishis, expanding as eight directions, existing as nine Grahas, blossoming as 10 Indriyas, being as 11 Rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing life to tell and make truth blossom and to do good. Parashodasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you.
How to receive Devi Parashakti? Literally, you're seeing Paramashivan Parashakti at the moment. She is there in your screen. So always receive her very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaves, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin in front of the screen. Watch Devi. Coin is considered as a traditional Lakshana in Hindu tradition. It can be to the lowest value. In India, it can even be just 1 paise. And in USA, it can be a cent. Even I'm not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay.
And you can offer that to Devi Parashakti. And once the darshan is over, you can do namaskar and eat the banana, the betel leaf, and betel nut, taking it as prasadam immediately. And the coins that you collect, you can send it to the LA temple for the further procedures. And this betel leaf and betel nut, all of you might be wondering how it may benefit you. Swamiji says it may look too small, but in a few days, you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there. You will not take the Devi Darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you to raise you to powerful cognitions. It will break your unconscious behavior.
So you can organize your banana, 3 betel leaves or a few betel leaves, along with a coin and a betel nut on top of a plate. You can also add other stuff like vastram, which is a sacred cloth, and kumkum and a coconut, flowers. The main things that are needed for a tambulam plate is the betel leaf, betel nut, banana, and some money, anything. And you can offer this to Devi Parashakti, and after the offering, you can consume the banana and the betel leaves and collect the dakshina.
Yes, and with this, we come to the conclusion of this segment, and we will be moving on to the further segments where we will be learning about what Devi Parashakti has revealed for humanity and how important it is for all of us to follow. And we will also be learning what offerings we can make to Devi Parashakti. So please stay tuned, and we'll be back after a really short break.
What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world.
Nithyanandam, bloggers. Now we will be entering into the next part of the segment where we will be understanding some of the revelations made by Devi Parashakti for humanity and what humanity has been undergoing during this pandemic. Let us enter into this segment. Out of his extreme compassion and love, the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has been manifesting Devi Parashakti herself and gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truth, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. So today, let us see what Devi Parashakti has revealed about immunity and COVID-19. So let us first understand what is happening in the world today, right now. We all know that we are still in the midst of a global pandemic with millions of people who have been infected. Over 186 million people have been confirmed to be infected with COVID-19, and over 4 million people have died over the course of the past 1.5 years due to this pandemic. And the worst affected countries are the United States, India, and Brazil. So let us hear Devi Parashakti's revelations directly on the 18th of June, 2021.
Still, you are all not realizing the power of my words when I say Corona is very much out there with the support of decision makers, rulers, people who are supposed to protect all of you. Due to their irresponsibility, it is there and getting more and more strengthened. It is becoming more and more stronger in multiple forms. And all the other diseases which are waiting to attack human bodies, because Corona has made the immunity strength weak in human bodies. Human bodies have lost the strength of immunity power. All the multi-layer after effects and side effects of this pralaya in political situations, economical situations, social situations, mental situations, in every level. Cannot be described. Wait. This year, focus on keeping yourself alive.
move to the next slide, please. So let us reiterate Devi Parashakti's revelations on the 18th of June, 2021. Still, you are not realizing the power of my words. When I say Corona is very much out there, with the support of decision makers, rulers, people who are supposed to protect all of you, due to their irresponsibility, it is there and getting more and more strengthened. It is becoming more and more stronger in multiple forms, and all other diseases which are waiting to attack human bodies, because Corona has made the immunity strength weak in human bodies. Human bodies have lost the strength of immunity power. All the multi-layer after effects and side effects of this pralaya in political situations, economic situations, social situations, mental situations, in every level cannot be described. Wait, this year, focus on keeping yourself alive. So we will focus on three main revelations made by Devi Parashakti. The first is that Corona has made the immunity strength weak in human bodies. So let us analyze this revelation and understand how it has been manifesting in our reality. So Devi revealed on 18th of June 2021, Corona has made the immunity strength weak in human bodies. Human bodies have lost the strength of immunity. And recent research published in Science Daily has revealed that a coronavirus infection actually alters the biomechanical properties of red and white blood cells, in some cases for months, a possible explanation for long COVID. And this was published on June 29, 2021. And just as Devi revealed, coronavirus actually changes how your body responds and how your actual immunity strength. And here, the research is showing exactly that. And the article continues on, COVID-19 significantly changes the size and stiffness of red and white blood cells, sometimes over months. And these results may help to explain why some affected people continue to complain of symptoms long after an infection of COVID-19. And this again is termed long COVID. So many people are experiencing symptoms like shortness of breath, fatigue, and body pains long after their initial infection. This could be even months after they were initially infected and even recovered. So these symptoms could be due to how the body actually changes. Cells actually change, and just as Devi revealed, when cells have actually changed, this will affect your immune strength. And let us understand how corona actually affects the body. In this article published by the Academy of Medical Sciences, it says that the way that the body defends against a virus is to neutralize it. However, an article by Forbes explains that corona suppresses the immune system by disrupting the actions of the body's immune cells. And this immunosuppression allows for the 2-week incubation period, which gives corona enough time to attack the body. And the typical timeline for someone infected with COVID-19 it usually lasts about 2 weeks, and the first 5 days are the incubation period. During this time, then after that is the prodromal period, between 5 to 10 days, and between 10 to 15 days is the usual onset of acute infection, which is when many people end up in the ICU. After this, many people are able to recover from their infection. However, many times they continue to experience very severe infection, which can last for weeks, and sometimes the symptoms can even last months. And let us understand COVID-19 in perspective of other deadly diseases that humanity has battled in the past. We can see that COVID-19 is highlighted in red, and we can see HIV, the virus, which the virus HIV is on the far left side and has affected over 35 million people, has taken the lives of over 35 million people over the course of 40 years. However, Corona has only been around for the past 1.5 years, but we have seen that it has taken over 4 million lives, and the numbers continue to be on the rise. So we can very clearly see that the COVID-19 pandemic is very much one of the worst pandemics that humanity has ever faced, even in comparison with the HIV pandemic. And further studies done by the University of Oxford found that cells are profoundly impaired after recovering from COVID-19. And the British Society for Immunology has also claimed that the effects of COVID are far beyond respiratory health. It also affects our cardiovascular and renal system. So just as Devi revealed, COVID-19 actually does affect the immune system and other multiple organ systems, just as Devi has revealed. And in a recent article published, it states that the exposure to the disease, COVID-19, causes symptoms in multiple organ systems across the body and is not limited to only the lungs and respiratory system, as was originally thought. In addition, people are reporting that chronic symptoms such as fatigue and shortness of breath have lasted for months and right after the original infection. And the name given to those suffering from COVID-like symptoms after the infection has passed is called long COVID, and long COVID can affect the lungs, the cardiovascular system, the circulatory system, and it can also cause fatigue and inflammation. And as we have learned from Devi Parashakti, that it can also affect the immune system. And here we have an example of how the lungs can be affected in someone who has suffered from COVID-19. On the left side, you can see the healthy lungs, and you can see on the right side, COVID-scarred lungs, and you can see the dark spots where the scars have formed. And even after contracting COVID-19, your immune system remains weakened and you are much more susceptible to other diseases. And it was reported in the CDC that symptoms that can last weeks or months after first being infected with COVID-19, and it can affect multiple organ systems in the body, including the heart, the lung, the respiratory system, the skin, and other brain functions. So let us look at the third revelation, the second revelation made by Devi Parashakti. All other diseases which are awaiting to attack human bodies are attacking the human body after the immunity strength has been weakened in human bodies. And as we have all heard, the black fungus, white fungus, and other fungal diseases have been sweeping the nation in India and have been primarily affecting patients who have recovered from COVID-19. And in one article, it has reported that over 9,000 cases of this rare infection have been reported. And in another, it has reported that over 4,500 patients are, of 5,400 patients are COVID recovered patients. And these people, after recovering from COVID-19, have been affected by these fungal diseases. And as we have heard, the fungal diseases primarily attack COVID-19 patients and people who have recovered from COVID-19, because after recovering from the disease and during the disease, you have a weakened immunity, and it makes you much more susceptible to these other infections. And this is exactly what we're seeing, and this is exactly as Devi Parashakti has revealed. And here are some of the photos of people who have been devastated by the COVID-19 pandemic and who have also been infected with black fungus and the other fungal diseases. And the last revelation that we will look at today is how corona is becoming more and more strong in multiple forms. And as we have all heard, there have been many variants of COVID-19 that have been sweeping the globe. And this includes the India variant, the Brazil variant, the South African variant, and the UK variant. And of course, the variant coming out of India is known as the Delta variant, which has been a very serious cause for concern for many nations and is the primary cause for lockdown in many nations in this second wave. And of course, the main reason for the lockdown within India during the second wave. And here are the different variants and the countries which they have emerged out of. The Alpha variant, which has emerged out of UK, the Beta variant, which has emerged out of South Africa, the Gamma variant, which has emerged out of Brazil, and the Delta variant, which has emerged out of India. And generally, viruses mutate, but in the case of COVID, we have seen that they are becoming more dominant, and we are seeing how this has played a significant role in our ongoing pandemic, how we are forced into down in many, many nations, and how India especially has been severely affected by this. And here we have a small infographic that shows us the variants that are currently circulating the world and how many countries they have each affected. And the Alpha variant out of the United Kingdom has affected over 173 countries. The Beta variant out of South Africa has affected over 122 countries. The Gamma variant out of Brazil has affected 74 countries, and the Delta variant, one of the most severe variants, has affected over 104 countries. And this is, again, the primary reason for why right now we are still in this ongoing pandemic, because as Devi revealed, COVID-19 is getting more and more strong in multiple forms. And other variants of corona have also been recently discovered, as we have heard from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. We should be expecting the Delta Plus variant and the Lambda variant, which will affect India very severely. We should be very, very cautious about our actions and decisions in the coming months, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed that the third wave will affect India very severely, and within the coming weeks, in Puratasi month specifically, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed the COVID-19 third wave will begin. And unfortunately, as Devi and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism have revealed, this will primarily affect children. We can continue on to the next slide, please. Sorry,
Sharmila.
go back to the previous slide. Yes. And studies have suggested that the Delta variant is 60% more transmissible than the Alpha variant, which is much more contagious than the original infection, the original strain that emerged out of China. And the secondary attack rates have been known to be between 51 to 67% higher than that of the Alpha variant. Again, this is the Delta variant, which is the primary cause of the second wave within India. And the Delta Plus variant, which we should be soon expecting, will be even much more transmissible than this. Let us move to the next slide and see what Devi has revealed about this on the 14th of April, 2021.
ஷர்மிளா, கொரோனா ஒழிந்த கொரோனாவை வைத்து அரசியலும் அழிவாட்டமும் செய்ய நினைக்கும் மனிதர்களின் சதிராட்டம் முடிய இன்னும் 4 ஆண்டுகளாகும். என் பக்தர்களையும் சீடர்களையும் கைலாய வாசிகளையும் நானே காத்துக் கொள்கின்றேன், நானே காக்கின்றேன். என் பக்தர்களுக்கு ஒரு துயரும் ஒரு துக்கமும் வாராது. ஆனால் உலகின் இந்த கொரோனாவின் சதியாட்டம் முடிய 4 ஆண்டுகள் ஆகும். 2025 தான் அடங்கும். இது சதியாட்டம், மனிதர்களின் சதியாட்டம்.
And the translation of Devi Parashakti's revelation, Corona is destroyed, but it will take 4 years for the political conspiracies done by humans to end. I will protect my devotees, disciples, and Kailasavasis. No suffering will come for my devotees, but it will take 4 years for the conspiracy of Corona to end. It will come to an end only in 2025. It is a conspiracy, a human conspiracy. And here we can see in this article below the highlights of the prediction for the future of COVID-19 within India. And as Devi revealed, the third wave will be coming in the coming week and month. And the peak of the third wave will be in October and November. And this is nearly inevitable as per the current scientific report. And as per Devi's revelations, we can see that below there, in the below articles, we can see that there are going to be many more waves of COVID-19 to come in India. And the article continues to say that if any new variants are discovered, it would spread much faster in this third wave. And as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has already revealed, there will be other variants that are discovered in the coming future, including the Delta Plus variant and the Lambda variant. So as Devi has revealed, there will be many more months and possibly years of this pandemic to continue, and we will not see an end for this anytime in the near future, unfortunately. So with so many waves of COVID-19 to be coming in the future, what is the best way to protect ourselves? And does anybody have a solution? Kailasa is the only place that is safe for India, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the only hope for humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has opened up all of the Kailasas within India as one who is interested in quarantining with multilayer quarantine during this pandemic and who wants to protect themselves during this ongoing pandemic. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed, and Devi has revealed, again and again, the only priority for this year is to keep yourself alive. And if you would like to ensure that you are protecting yourself and protecting your life, your loved ones, and your family, you are welcome to sign up today at kailasa.org/kailasacare to register to quarantine in one of the COVID care centers opened across the country of India. And again, the Supreme Council of Hinduism has revealed, and even many articles and research has shown, that the only way to protect yourself, ensure that you are fully protected, is through quarantine, and specifically multi-layer quarantine. And fortunately, the Supreme Council of Hinduism has opened up all the COVID care centers with multi-layer quarantine for anyone, any person, whether you are an initiated disciple or just watching this segment for the first time. You are welcome to sign up to protect yourself and to avail the benefits of this multi-layer quarantine in one of the Kailasa COVID care centers. And with this, we will be moving into the next part of the segment, where we will understand some of Devi's revelations made on black fungus. So if I could just request the volunteer to open the slides on black fungus. Yes, if we can just open these slides on black fungus. So Devi has been continuously guiding us during this pandemic, has been continuously blessing us, answering all of our prayers, and giving us boons to guide and to ensure that we are protected during this pandemic. It is in our best interest to heed to Devi's instructions and guidance, and to protect ourselves during this pandemic. As Devi has revealed, the best way to protect yourself is through multi-layer quarantine, and the best place to experience that is the COVID care centers opened by Kailasa. So you can visit, again, Kailasa or Kailasa Care to avail the benefits of the COVID care centers and multi-layer quarantine. And all of these services are provided completely free of cost to anyone for the duration of this. If you would like to register, you are welcome to visit kailasa.org/kailasacare. And we will be entering into the next part of the segment, where we will understand some of the revelations made on black fungus and how it has been affecting India today. So if I can request the volunteer to open the slides on black fungus.
What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
So let us enter into this part of the segment where we will understand what Devi has revealed about black fungus. So let us listen to Devi Parashakti directly on the 19th of May 2021.
வியாதிக்கு வைத்தியம் கேட்கின்றாய் நன்றாய் தெரிந்து கொள். கரும்பூஞ்சை வியாதி நுரையீரல் மட்டுமல்லாது மூளையையும் நசுக்கி மனிதனை ஜடமாக்கி மரணத்திற்குள் தள்ளும் உயிரியல் ஆயுதம். மனிதர்கள் மீது நடத்தப்படும் உயிரியல் போர் இது. நவபாஷாணத்தின் மீது பொழியப்பட்ட நீரும் மஞ்சளும் பாலும் வேம்பு ரசமுமே இதற்கு மருந்து. அதை அருந்தி உடலிலே அதை ஊற்றி நீராடி இருந்தவர்க்கு காவல் அம்பிகையின் சக்தி. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம். சிருஷ்டி நஷ்டமாகாதிருக்க தேவ ரகசியங்களை தெளிவாய் உலகத்திற்கு சொல்லிவிட்டேன். இந்த ரகசியங்கள் எல்லாம் உலகத்திற்கு நாம் நித்யானந்தன் வடிவு கொண்டு சொல்லும் பொழுது எதிரிகள் பெருங்கோபத்தொடு நித்யானந்தன் திருவுருவை அழித்திடாமல் இருந்திடவே அவன் திருவுருவை கைலாயத்திற்கு கொண்டு வந்து பாதுகாப்பாக்கிக் கொண்டு பிறகு இந்த உண்மையெல்லாம் உலகத்திற்கு சொல்லுகின்றேன். அன்னை பராசக்தியும் கூட உண்மைகளை உலகிற்கு சொல்லும் முன் தற்காப்பு செய்து கொள்ள வேண்டிய அளவிற்கு மனிதர்களின் அரக்கத்தனமும் அட்டூழியமும் உலகத்தில் அரண்டு ஆடுகின்றது. ஓம் 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 ஓம்.
Yes, we can continue to the slide, please. And Devi's revelations mapped into English you are asking a remedy for black fungal disease. Know properly, black fungal disease, not only it will affect the lungs, it will smash the brain. Also, it is a bioweapon that makes humans a lifeless matter and pushes them to death. The demonishness and atrocities of humans is dancing in the world that even Mother Parashakti needs to do self-protection before telling the truth to the world. So let us understand what Devi revealed about black fungus and how it has been affecting our world today. Initially, black fungus was denied and dismissed as very rare, and later it became declared as an epidemic by several states. And eventually it was declared as a pandemic within a pandemic. And as Devi revealed, it eats the brain and mutilates the body, the face, and even eats the bones. And it primarily affects COVID-19 patients and is extremely fatal with a 50% mortality rate especially for those who have been infected previously with COVID-19. And black fungus disease has been linked to the spread to COVID spreads across the Indian subcontinent. And we can see that this is exactly as they revealed. The black fungus will primarily be infecting those who have been affected with COVID-19, and it is already declared as an epidemic. And COVID-19 increases the black fungus infection risk within India, and India faces a shortage of treatments within the face of the two pandemics. And the deadly black fungus outbreak has been declared as an epidemic as cases continue to rise. And this was as of 29th May 2021, 12,000 people have been infected with COVID-19, with black fungus within India. And this was a few months ago. So these cases have continued to rise over the last several months. And as we stated, black fungus is a pandemic within the COVID-19 pandemic. And after COVID-19, the soaring numbers of fungal infections among recovered patients have emerged as a new medical concern. More than 12,000 cases of fungal infection have been reported from different parts of the country, and this has been a very serious cause for panic and concern among the people. And as they revealed, it will smash the brain also. This flesh, and in this article published in news, it states that flesh-eating black fungus is killing off patients who have survived COVID-19. Doctors in India are sounding the alarm when reported. Black fungus has a nearly 50% mortality rate and is tragically killing many who are relieved to have beaten COVID-19. The infection can eat through skin, soft tissue, or even bones as it attacks the brain. And this is exactly what they've revealed, that it will smash the brain. And it can also affect other critical organs. Once it starts growing this way, it's very difficult to control. Doctors studying the outbreak in India have said that steroids used to treat COVID also weakens the immune system, leaving the patient more susceptible to the fungus. And it's been revealed by the Supreme Court of Hinduism, human beings will die like rats and cats on the street. And the Supreme Court of Hinduism revealed that in a vision, Devi Parashakti revealed that dead bodies will be floating in large quantities in Ganga. Authorities will be, unfortunately, misreporting and underreporting the numbers of people who have been infected and have died from this COVID-19 pandemic. And dogs will be eating those dead bodies that have been infected with COVID-19 and have died from COVID-19. And because dogs have eaten those dead bodies, they are also dying. And poor human beings eating those dogs' dead bodies because they don't have food are also dying. And as the Supreme Concept of Hinduism revealed, I saw clearly dead bodies floating in large quantities in Ganga. And it has been already reported that corpses have been found floating in Ganga. And here you can see some of the photos of the dead bodies floating on Ganga. And as the Supreme Concept of Hinduism revealed, dogs will be eating those dead bodies. And in one article, it reports that scores of decomposing bodies laid uncovered in the Sangam area. For the last 2 to 3 months, people have been burying their dead bodies, their dead here, and sand covering the bodies is blown away by the strong wind, exposing the decomposing bodies. And predatory birds and dogs have been feasting on these remains. And this is exactly as Lady Parashakti feels. And more reports show that human beings have been very severely affected by this. Several dead bodies have been found floating in Ganga, and as Devi revealed, there will be many dead bodies floating on Ganga. And as India is reeling under a massive second wave of COVID-19, the pandemic, the number of deaths has also increased. Such is the situation that crematoriums and burial grounds have been packed to capacity. And this is exactly as they get revealed, human beings will die like rats and cats on the streets. And unfortunately, because there is no space in burial grounds and crematoriums, this is manifesting. And over 150 dead bodies, which have been reported as COVID fatalities, were dumped on the banks of Ganga. These COVID bodies will be washed down further and can be eaten by stray dogs, which will further spread the COVID-19 pandemic, as per report. And bodies have been found, again, floating in Ganga, and dead bodies have been washed up on the banks of Ganga and were sighted for a second straight day in May. And the spot is around 55 kilometers upriver from Bihar's Buxar, where more than 100 bodies have been found yesterday, evoking shock and anger. And yesterday, meaning in May. And the Bihar authorities have argued that the corpses have floated down from the Uttar Pradesh, and because their state does not have a tradition of consigning bodies to water. And unfortunately, media have been severely underreporting the numbers of COVID-19 fatalities. Next slide. Yes, we can continue to the next slide, please. And India is in denial of the world's most deadly pandemic, and as the Supreme Concept of Hinduism revealed, people are dying and media is lying. And published in the New York Times, it revealed that the pandemic within India is much, much worse than we thought. According to the current estimates, it says that 27 million people have been reported with COVID-19, with over 300,000 deaths. However, the likely actual number of people who have been affected is much higher. And a conservative estimate states that over 400 million people are actually infected with this pandemic, and over 600,000 people, nearly double the number of people that has been reported, are likely have died from this COVID-19 disease. And the actual number could be even higher. The more realistic number is probably around 1.6 million people who have died from this deadly infection, and over 500,000 million people have probably likely been infected with COVID-19. And a worst case scenario reports that over 700 million people, that's nearly half the population of India, could be infected with COVID-19, with over 4 million people that could have died from this COVID-19 disease. And just to give an idea, it's reported currently that there are around 4 million deaths worldwide, a little bit more than that. However, it's estimated that in a worst case scenario, currently, the actual numbers of people who have died from COVID-19 within India alone is around 4 million. And yes, we can continue to the next slide, please. And in the New York Times, it says the figures are actually much higher than what has been reported, with more than half of the Indian population that could possibly be infected with COVID-19. The Indian population is around 136 crore, or around 1.36 billion people, and around 74 people, or 700 million people, could actually be infected with COVID-19. And at worst case, India's COVID deaths are 14 times higher. It was reported in the print, and this was as per the New York Times. And this is 14 times higher than what the government has reported. And this is exactly what the Supreme Court of Hinduism revealed. Media is dying. India is dying, and media is lying. And as the Supreme Court of Hinduism has revealed, COVID-19 is airborne, and this was initially denied, and it later was accepted as a theory and a possibility, and eventually it was accepted as fact. And because of this delayed warning, it has cost the lives of so many people across the country. We can continue to the next slide, please. We can continue to the next slide. Yes, we can continue on. We can move to the next slide, please. We can move to the next slide. And here are the reports that show that COVID-19 is in fact airborne, and the key difference in transmission has actually affected how we should respond to this infection, and how we need to maintain much more strict standards of social distancing and quarantine. And this has led to a very severe change in how we should be reacting to this deadly disease. And as the Supreme Court of Hinduism has revealed, the only way to protect yourself is through the multi-layer quarantine. as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed, home quarantine is not possible within India. And this has been also reported by the Assam Chief Minister, stating that home quarantine is one of the prime reasons for the large number of deaths during the second wave of COVID-19 in Assam. And as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed, the only way to protect yourself is through multi-layer quarantine. And if you would like to protect yourself, you are welcome again to sign up at kailasa.org/kailasacare to avail the benefits of multi-layer quarantine in one of the Kailasa COVID care centers. So with this, we will be concluding this segment. And if you would, again, like to sign up for multi-layer quarantine, you can register yourself at kailasa.org/kailasacare. And now we will be moving into the next segment where we will understand some of the offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. These offerings will help us connect with Devi Parashakti much more deeply and show our gratitude for all of the blessings and boons that Devi has been giving us over the course of several months. So we will be right back after a very short break and enter into this next segment.
What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa is e-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet.
We all have to coexist together.
Nithyanandam, welcome back to all of the viewers world for this beautiful Devi Parash program. Let's now enter into the next segment on the various offerings that you can make for Devi Parashakti. Now, this is a segment where we will be exploring, getting more and more intimate with this divine energy. And we'll start the segment off with the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti, and then we'll be going into each and every one of the offerings that you can do. And ultimately, the context behind these offerings is that until you are able to manifest the reality that you want in your life, we will manifest it for you through these offerings. And that is what each and every one of these offerings do for us. They ignite the powerful cognitions that they represent, and they make us realize that in our reality and help us achieve that. So now we will be entering this segment and understanding how to make the offerings. And you can just ensure that you're listening, imbibe these great significances, this context very deeply, and just sit and understand what the context is behind each and every one of these offerings. Ultimately, to make you realize the ultimate oneness with Parashakti and the avatar, the Nij avatar who is manifested here today for us. An offering is a giving of a divine gift of pure love, devotion, and oneness. And it consists of two parts, giving and accepting. And only when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. An offering is never made out of fear and greed. This is one of the most important points. Never do we make an offering out of fear of something or out of greed for something. Only out of gratitude, always the offering is made. And even when we traditionally, when we used to go to temples and we were out and going about in our traditional ecosystems, the temple ecosystems, we often go to the temple, we offer whatever we want to in the hundi or in the plate of the pujari, or we offer a different seva, or many of these offerings come with more substantial offerings and donations as well. And all of that was simply out of gratitude for the gods, the goddesses, for making themselves available for us, and for literally going to all extents, creating this ecosystem and giving us everything that we need in our life. And that is ultimately what the incarnations, each and every one of these goddesses had done in the enlightened civilization. Devi Meenakshi, for example, had literally come down, had manifested a breakthrough for the entire humanity at that time. And out of gratitude for her coming down and making this happen, the entire civilization had formed and started to revolve around the temple and the temple lifestyle, worshipping her, offering gratitude to her as well. And not only Madurai Meenakshi, but also in various different temples in various different ecosystems. This is ultimately the context, an offering out of gratitude, out of pure love for the divine, for manifesting in our reality in whichever way that might be. And especially while the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the incarnation of Paramashiva himself is in the body, manifesting in the physical form, as we had discussed earlier in this program, then we especially can offer these sevas in order to manifest ultimate oneness, really ultimately have that grace in our lives. When an avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela played out for the only purpose of enlightenment. Let's now enter into this segment and chant the Dhyana Shloka for Devi Parashakti. This is the Dhyana Shloka for Devi Manonmani, who is seated on the very lap of Paramashiva and the embodiment of love, compassion, grace, elegance, radiance, resilience, and so much more. So let us now offer our deep gratitude to Devi Parashakti through this Dhyana Shloka. We can go on to the next slide. Yes, we can go on. Indunibabedakaravahinayanam syat apakshasarayuktam angahimabhushanavicittravasanam syat tungamukutojjwalamanonmani swarupam. Next slide, please. We'll now be chanting the English translation, which says, moonlight face holding the Vedas on hand, fire in eyes with lotus flower gracing and blessing hands in one hand with the Japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments and wonderful clothes and shining bright crown. Her name is Manunmani. And the next verse I'll be now chanting is still the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti. ध्याये देवीं त्रिनेत्रां शशिनिभवदनां वेदहस्तां ददानां स्तव्ये पद्मं वरदमपरे चाभयं चाक्षमालां दिव्यैराभरणैर्विभूषिततनुं ब्रह्मादिभिः पूजितां देवीमेव मनोन्मनीं प्रतिदिनं कामत्रं शुभाम्. And once again, the English translation says, I meditate on Devi with 3 eyes like a moon and holding the Vedas, lotus and gracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments and she is worshipped by Brahma and other gods and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. Yes. Now, having thus invoked the divine presence of Devi Parashakti, let us enter into this segment, understanding the significance of the element gold. Now that we have invoked and invited the presence of Devi Parashakti, we can lay the foundation for the offerings that we can make today. And that is understanding this significance of gold. You'll see that many of these offerings are offered in gold exactly. And that is because gold has a very significant quality that makes it very powerful in manifesting super consciousness. And here we have the verse from the Atharva Veda, where it says, triply born by birth is this gold, from the atoms of Agni is one. Sorry, can we go back to the last slide? And it becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. One they call the seed, a virtuous and powerful Apaha. Let that triple gold be for your long life. So here you can see gold is referred as virtuous and powerful and is also associated with long life. And this might be familiar to you, especially in popular culture nowadays. If you are familiar in many mythologies, the gold is associated with immortality, with the sorcerer's stone, with so many different popular culture, mythology, ideas, and ideologies that are running in the media and entertainment and making people go frenzy about these different ideas. However, it was in Sanatana Hindu Dharma that we understood the reality and we understood the deeper significance, not just some mythology or something that was food for thought or something that was entertainment, but something that was a science and literally capable of making you manifest the highest reality, making you manifest powers itself. And even today, even in our day-to-day life, we understand that gold has a significance in the economy. We do know that gold has economic value, but gold is a divine element. I can say it again and again. The gold actually has so many divine qualities that are associated to it. It purifies anything that it touches. It is an element of spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy, positive thought currents, in anyone who wears or even anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. That's why the entire civilization, the Hindu civilization, was built in gold, because Vedic rishis understood that gold is a divine element. And as we do, you'll see as a pattern throughout this segment, whatever we see as divine in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we distribute that, we make that happen everywhere And we give that to everyone, no matter where it is, no matter what it is. And you'll see even the animals, even the cows, horses, the elephants, were all adorned with gold, decorated with gold in the Hindu civilization. And that is because, once again, they were worshipped as embodiments of pure consciousness. And even so, in all of the scriptures, we can go on to the next slide. In all the scriptures, the Vedas, the Agamas, the Itihasas, the Puranas, the Shrutis, Smritis, in everything, the gold was present and displayed abundantly. It is the most auspicious and purest metal, which can purify even the consciousness. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold. And even rituals, their feasts, they were exchanged in gold bricks. So much, everything, even the streets had huge columns and huge archways made of gold. Gold was so populous and literally distributed among the whole civilization. That's why the civilization ultimately attracted so many people, because of its riches and its abundance. So gold had such higher significance. The Vedic rishis understood this, and that is why we had literally put it into an applied science, applying it in our lives, and it became a significant part of the life. And that is why there's so much of gold jewelry, there's so much that is offered to deities, even living incarnations. Gold is a fundamental aspect of the offerings. And now we understand why and how that is extremely significant for your enlightenment process. Not just something to look at or something that is rich in economic value, but something that has a high significance even in the spiritual realm. So yes, now we have laid the foundation. We understand why gold is used, and in the Hindu civilization, even the Indus River was called the Hiranyamaya, the river of gold in the Rig Veda, and the river Saraswati was called the Hiranyavartani in the Atharva Veda. So it literally holds and preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years. Now we have established this foundation about the context of gold. Let's enter into the various different offerings that you can offer today, starting with the e-hundi offering. This is a very easy offering that you can do. It's a general donation. And all of us Hindus know that when we go to the temple, we often give a few coins in the hundi, no matter what it is. And every single time, we may go every day, but we still offer something in the hundi. That is the custom, that's the tradition. And here Kailasa is bringing that so that you have that experience during this Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan program and the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading program. And there's a beautiful verse from the Lalita Sahasranamam, which remembers Devi Parashakti as Bhakti Priya, the adorer of true devotion. The truth is that she is simply there and making herself available to each and every one of you and accepting any devotion that you have towards her. So let me now chant that verse, and let's remember Devi Parashakti as this embodiment, the adorer of true devotion. Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Gamya, Bhakti Vashya Bhayapaha, Shambhavi Sharadaradhya, Sharvani Sharmadayini. Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion, and she removes all fears. Yes. So as we have remembered, recognized, Devi Parashakti is literally Bhakti Priya. And if there is fear in the minds of you, anyone you know, in the devotee, Devi Parashakti is absolutely sure, can be counted on to remove that fear. In fact, it is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. And here it's not the autumn, the seasonal autumn that we all go through once in a year, but the autumn of our lives, when our thoughts turn more and more inwards, when we become more and more introspective, and the role of the divine becomes known and understood clearly. The need for Devi Parashakti and the worship of Devi Parashakti becomes stronger. So especially at this time, during this pandemic, while so many millions of people are crying out in grief, and the universe is literally resounding with the magnanimous cries of millions, we have been literally seeing natural disasters, pandemics within pandemics, and so much. It's at this time that just any offering towards Devi Parashakti anything that you want to do, your prayers can simply manifest so much of auspiciousness. And prayer is ultimately what can work for you. So this e-hundi offering is available for you, and we'll be going over how you can make these payments at the end of this segment. So stay tuned for that. If you want to go ahead and look on yourself, you can go to the link which will be projected in these slides. Yes, let's go on to the next offering. We have the Sankalpa offering. The Sankalpa offering is referenced in the Devi Mahatmyam, chapter 12, verse 34, where it says, the goddess enchants this universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. I personally love how it describes the goddess who enchants. This is the way that she is described, the way that the entire universe itself, not just by her grace and her thing, but simply because she brings that enchanted feeling in all beings, in everything, in the space itself. And that is a beautiful sacred sentiment. And that is exactly what is invoked. And when we are chanting the Sankalpa offering, that enchanted space is what exactly is being invoked inside of you with the sacred chanting of the mantras and the sankalpa, and a strong prayer for manifesting the reality as you want. And just as an avatar comes down for a purpose and day in and day out works towards only that purpose from the very beginning of his advent, in the same way, upon making this sankalpa, every single day or every time we offer the sankalpa, it is invoking the energy and aligning all of the energy that we are blessed to have from Paramashiva towards that sankalpa that we are making. And that is very, very powerful and cannot be taken for granted. The resolution, the will should never be taken for granted. And that is exactly what is this sankalpa. And before every ritual, it is traditionally chanted, but here it is, sankalpa is an offering itself, and you can offer the sankalpa for just $1, $1 USD, and it'll just be the offering for the blessings of the all fruition and of the desires and wishes which you are yearning for. Now let's go on to the next offering, where we have the Sahasranama Kastu, Sahasranama Swarna Kastu. And as I was saying, there is actually no way we can doubt or underestimate the power of prayer. Prayer has such amount of power, and especially during this Sahasranamavali, especially in the Hindu customs and traditions, the sacred spiritual practices is chanting the name and doing the japa or the Sahasranamavali or the Ashtotaranamavali, just chanting the name of the divine. And in these, we are chanting the various different names or the various different qualities of the divine. When we do that, when we are ruminating and remembering and soaking in that positive energy of the divine, that literally manifests into our reality. We start becoming those qualities, and those qualities start radiating from each and every one of us. And in the Lalita Sahasranamam, it is actually referenced Devi Parashakti as Nama Parayana Prita, meaning she who likes the repetition of her own name. The names of Devi Parashakti, and it's a very special and unique archana to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. You can offer this gold coin, literally, which is inscribed with all of the 1008 names, and receive the blessings to have the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. Yes. Now we have the next offering, which is the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl. And Devi Parashakti is described in the Meenakshi Pancharatnam, which is the stotram on the Devi Meenakshi, the incarnation of Devi Parashakti, who happened thousands of years back on planet Earth itself. And she is described as Mukta Harana, meaning adorned with pearls. And I'll now chant the verse before proceeding with explaining this offering. Muktaharanala Satkiritaruchiram Purnendu Vaktra Prabham Shinjannu Purikinkini Manidaram Padma Prabhavasuram Sarvavita Palapradam Girisutam Vani Rama Sevitam Meenakshim Pranatosmi Santatamaham Karunyavaram Nidim. Yes. I bow down to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of a lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddess Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. So here again, Devi Meenakshi is described as the ocean of compassion, and many people do not know that the pearl is actually a symbol of compassion, and that's why we are offering this pearl ring. And Devi Meenakshi's advent itself is out of utmost compassion to humanity. As I was saying earlier, she literally came down, she had united all of the 56 deshas, all of the 56 nations that Sanatana Hindu Dharma had once been ruled by the Dharma, had been ruled by the cosmic Dharma, and had literally been from Pakistan and Afghanistan until Cambodia, Indonesia, Malaysia, and across the seas as well. And this tradition had literally been able to spread across the world, and literally it's only because of Devi Meenakshi that an enlightened civilization formed for the first time after a very long time, and had literally created a breakthrough for human civilization at that time. Even some of the most ancient records of writing, reading, of speaking are dated back to the Madurai time, and this is something that each and every one of you can Google if you'd like, about Madurai being one of the earliest civilizations known to mankind itself. And there's evidence being archaeological and evidence of this available for each and every one of you as well to go through if you just want to Google and see. So you can coming back to this offering, you can offer this offering, the Mukta Anguti with a pearl, to Devi Parashakti, in order to have all the compassion in your life of Devi Parashakti. And whatever business endeavor, whatever ambition that you have, whatever career that you want, you can have the blessings to manifest that from Devi Meenakshi. Yes, let's go on to the next offering. The next offering is the Swarna Padma Pushpa. And in the Kamikagama, there is a verse that says all the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with a lotus flower made of gold. And here, as you can see, the lotus flower is being used in the worship of Paramashiva. And it's not just this verse, but hundreds of scriptural references for the use of the lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. And you might be also familiar in the arts and architecture, in yoga itself, in power manifestation. There are so many references to the lotus, and even in the science of consciousness, all the chakras, all the energy centers in our body are even symbolized by lotus. That's because there's so much of deep significance, not just the lotus flower, but also the lotus leaves, the lotus pericarp, the lotus stem, and even the lotus petals all have a very profound significance in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And they literally represent the divine. And that is because the lotus has an innate divine quality which literally makes you manifest radiance, resilience, elegance in any situation, in any adverse situation which might be in your life. And that is what this offering literally does for you. The offering of the golden lotus can impart that quality on you, literally, where in any adverse situation, you'll have the blessings and grace of Paramashiva himself to radiate the state, space, being, and powers of Devi Parashakti. So it's also a very special announcement for each and every one of you who is joining us right now. We're going to be having the live Parashakti Akashic reading at 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time, as you can see now. Please spread the news and let us share with one and all that there is exciting announcement that there is going to be the live Parashakti Akashic reading at 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time. And now, especially if you're viewing, now that it is live, we know that it's live, you can take a few minutes, especially to offer to Devi Parashakti, and also get ready your questions. If you'd like to ask a question directly to Devi Parashakti, she is making herself available today at 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time. You can ask through YouTube and ensure that you are joined as a YouTube member on Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And then you can also ask on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter as well. Yes, let's go on to the next offering. Yeah. The next offering is the Swarnameti, the golden toe ring. And the toe ring in popular culture nowadays has become very fashionable. I'm sure many people have started to use it, even if you're not Hindu. But you should know that toe ring actually has a very deep significance in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and it's actually referenced here in this verse. And it's all rooted back to the worship of Devi Parashakti herself, because in the scriptures, it is told how extremely graceful, valuable, and powerful even is Devi Parashakti, and even the last inch of her body radiates such grace, such power, that even from the toenails, she can literally destroy the darkness of ignorance and liberate you completely. That is the power of Devi Parashakti. And until today, in the Hindu custom, Devi Parashakti is invoked in each and every one of the Hindu brides. When her marriage ceremony is going on, she is adorned with this toe ring in order to invoke Devi Parashakti in her. And the toe ring is literally to adorn Devi Parashakti, whose toenails literally are so powerful enough to destroy the darkness of ignorance. So before going on, let me chant this verse from Devi Parashakti, from the Saundarya Lahari, a beautiful stotram which is composed by Adi Shankaracharya. Nakadiditi samjana namajjana tamo guna padadvaya prabhajala parakrita saroruha. And the English translation says, you whose brightness from toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet, you whose brightness from 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower. Significant offering here, the toe ring is adorning the very feet which is granting us liberation. And that is the significance. And here you can see that it's just that last inch of Devi Parashakti's feet, not needed the feet, not needed the whole body, not needed any part, but the toe itself has the power to simply liberate you. That is the grace of Devi Parashakti. And you'll be able to receive that grace just with this offering of this Swarnameti. Yes, let's go on now. The next offering is the Swarna Mangtika. We can go on. The Swarna Mangtika is another very traditional piece of jewelry, the hairline jewelry, which often goes from the center of the head to the forehead or across the forehead sometimes. Also, another very beautiful and significant piece of jewelry, which we offer to Devi Parashakti. And again, it is only on her that all of these pieces of jewelry was originally described, whether it is this Mangtika or the toe ring. It was only on her that we started to even adorn them. Only then it became a part of our daily lifestyle, and it became a part of, even popular culture nowadays. But it started with Devi Parashakti herself, where literally it says, we can go on to the next slide. It says that Devi Parashakti is Shuddha Saravi Varshini, meaning she who makes the nectar flow in all of our nerves from the Sahasrara, she who gives a very pleasant experience of the ultimate. Now, what exactly can represent nectar flowing in all of our nerves? Why? It can be gold. That is exactly what the Mangtika is. It represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is fully open. If you don't know, the Sahasrara Chakra is right at the crown of the head, and the Mangtika is representing right from the crown of the head to the forehead, the nectar which is overflowing from the Sahasrara Chakra. It's representing that beautiful experience of bliss oozing from you. And that is why Devi Parashakti is even wearing a Mangtika, is wearing that gold jewelry. And it just beautifully signifies the entire, even the symbology and the details of how Hindus had even made the context behind the deities and had the context behind all the jewelry in Sanatana Hindu Dharma as well. So this Mangtika can be offered, and you can receive the blessings to have that very same experience that Devi Parashakti is radiating, the open Sahasrara Chakra, and that very pleasant experience of the ultimate, the complete completion and overflowing gratitude. Yes, let's now go on to the next slide. We can go on. We have the Pratyakshapada Puja. This is an offering that not only can be made for Devi Parashakti, but also the Guru. And no matter any incarnation of Paramashiva or any stotram, the Guru is always offered the respect first, even before sometimes God himself. And the Guru has so much of significance in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. An offering to the feet of the Guru, whether it is the Guru Padaka Stotram or the Guru Gita, there's so much of significance that is denoted for the Guru Padakas. This Pratyakshapada Puja is directly an elaborate offering for the Guru Padakas, and you have the opportunity to be blessed to offer for Devi Parashakti herself, manifesting through the Nijavatara, the Jagat Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let's go on to the next slide. We also have the Vastra Seva here. This is the offering of the sacred cloth, which is also very powerful to bestow all the auspiciousness and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The next slide, please. So this brings us to a conclusion of the different offerings, and we're now presenting a summary of all the different offerings we have. We have the E-Hundi offering, the Sankalpa chanting, Devi Sahasranama Kastu, the Mukta Anguti, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, Swarna Metti, the Swarna Mangtika, the Pratyakshapada Puja, and the Vastra Seva. And as you can see, there's various different levels. There's also different offerings which you can make for any amount of money or for just $1, or different levels of the offerings that you can make, or you can make a substantial amount of money as well. These are all different donations that you can do. And once again, you don't need to feel in any way incapable of making an offering today. You can simply make an offering and do whatever you can, especially if an offering today that you heard or somehow the context of powerful cognition has taken root inside of you, has ignited your yearning to make one of these offerings and piqued your interest, then you can go ahead and make the payment today itself, or you can fill out the registration form. We can go on to the next slide. At tiny.cc/bhavasamadhi.com, sorry, tiny.cc.com. So here we have the link so that I don't make a mistake and confuse everyone. Tiny.cc/bhavasamadhi is the link where you can fill out the form. You want to make any one of these offerings, and you might feel that you're not able to make an offering, or perhaps you want to make an offering, but now is not the time for any reason you might have. Then you can go to tiny.cc/bhavasamadhi, and you can fill out this registration form and make sure that you have the details filled. At any time, you can also offer these offerings. There's events coming up. There's so many different ways that you can offer, and you will be notified as soon as the live Bhava Samadhi darshans are happening, when these offerings are available for you, and you can make these offerings. And this is a way that you can start manifesting today. Perhaps you want to make an offering, but you're not yet you're still not yet able to, then you can go to tiny.cc/bhavasamadhi. Make sure you fill out this registration form, and you can ensure that you get the more details and you make this offering as well. Now, if you're ready for a payment, you can go to tiny.cc/devi-offerings and make the payment right away. And right now, we'll just show you how to make that payment and give you a brief walkthrough of the different steps that are involved in making the payment. And then after the payment, what are some mandatory steps that you have to do? And also some other very fun options that we have today for making a donation. So yes, as you can see, we have the donation page. You can select the donation which you want in the drop-down menu, select it whichever you want, and then you can add. And once you add it to your cart, you can just review all the items in your cart, as you can see here, and then proceed to checkout. And then once you proceed to checkout, once you click on that, you'll be led to this page, which is your checkout. You can fill in your billing details, your payment details. It'll also tell you what kinds of cards are accepted and any additional information as well that you can submit. And you'll be able to make this, make the payment right away. As you can see, it's a very, very easy process, and it's just 3 clicks away from finishing and just making the offering. Now, we also make sure that you need to fill out the Sankalpa 2021 form. And this ensures that you are filling out and submitting the names, your names, and all the names of the people on behalf of whom you are offering this puja. So this will connect your name with the offering order, and you'll have to input your payment offering, the order number right here, so that during the offering, your name can be chanted, and it's a very seamless process as well. And you're bestowed with all of the blessings of Devi Parashakti today. Once again, I invite each and every one of you to make an offering today, especially because we are having the live Parashakti Akashic reading at 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time. Now, moving on quickly, we also have the YouTube Super Chat. So on YouTube, if you go to the Kailasa's HDH YouTube channel, and we'll be showing you that as well, you can go to the live video that we have. And first of all, make sure that you are joined as a member. Yes. So as you can see, once you're on YouTube, now live video, you're joined as a member, and then you can, yes, as you can see, you should join different levels. There's and it's very easy for you to join. And then after you've joined, you'll have 2 options here. You'll be able to participate in the live chat, and then also you can join in the super chat. And the super chat is an option where you can make a donation towards Kailasa through this right here, as you can see. And also there's an option to select a super sticker. So if you'd like to, you can make this offering with a sticker and send that towards the Supreme Council of Hinduism, towards Devi Parashakti herself. Yes, as you can see, this is how you can adjust the offering. And yeah, a very simple process. And YouTube has also made available a credit card payment, debit card, or even PayPal. So that's another option that you have as well. So I can see many people who are also offering right now and who are making a donation towards Kailasa. Thank you so much for your donations towards Kailasa. This brings us to a conclusion of this segment. And once again, if you are joining us today, I welcome you. And you can register at this link, as you can see the form, Bhava Samadhi Darshan. And you can make an intention to make this registration form. Will give you more details about the further programs and so much more in this simple form. So yes, we are now coming to a conclusion of this segment in today's program. And very soon we will be able to have the live Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Devi at 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time. And before that, we will enter into the Bhava Samadhi Darshan preparation, and as well we'll quickly be joined by the representatives from the Adi Kailasa Sarvagna Peetham and hear from them the various different updates from Adi Kailasa, including the UN recognizing the Hindu multilateralism and the solution for COVID-19 proposed by Kailasa to the United Nations. So there's a very exciting upcoming segment ahead of us, and we have Ma Dayami Swami who has joined us in order to lead us in that segment. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ma Sadashivapriya. Yes. Nithyanandam, everyone. So welcome back. Now, in this segment, we are going to see the Kailasa's multi-layered quarantine opportunity for India during the COVID-19 as a practical solution resulting in health, joy, and bliss. With the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivan's blessings, let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Sadgurum Tam Namami. Yes. So Kailasa's Department of Enlightened Civilization present this segment. In this segment, we are going to see the Devi's Akashic readings in many revelations, especially on 5th June 2021, about the mental health of the all across the world, especially the younger generation, how it is getting affected, and what are the solutions Devi suggested doing yoga, serving at the feet of Paramashiva, and what the Supreme Pontiff of Hindu revealed in many satsangs about practices and doing yoga and other practices, and how they help each one of us to combat this COVID-19, and how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies and successfully implemented as a multi-layer quarantine and saving many lives. So, and all these efforts have been recognized by the United Nations, and we're going to see the detailed report and details of that report. So, on 5th June 2021, Devi Parashakti revealed that not only people dying in crores, financial and mental retardedness, you will also see minds getting collapsed. Freedom from all this suffering is the life of living enlightenment. First, prevent yourself from this deadly corona. Oh, people, do the job of saving your life as first priority. Listen properly, people. Be yourself from this overflowing cosmic pralaya and from the destruction for themselves and for others. Because of pralaya, go to Adi Kailasa, getting shelter at the feet of Paramashiva. Save yourself from corona and death, economic crisis and mental collapse that is formed because of corona. Save yourself and move towards living enlightenment. Move towards Paramashiva, Paramporul, doing yoga and tapas, doing seva to all the devotees of Paramashiva. Live a good life. Just for that, I have opened the doors of Adi Kailasa, and for all those in the universe, not only human beings, as even Siddhas, Jnanis, and Yogis have come and are doing penance in Adi Kailasa. For everyone who come, goodness, prosperity, Jnanam, and Yogam will overflow. Do not have fear, bliss is there, and do not have worry, I will protect with goodness. Just for that, I have opened the doors of Adi Kailasa for all those in the universe, not only human beings, as even Siddhas, Jnanis, and Yogis have come and are doing penance in Adi Kailasa. For everyone who come, goodness, prosperity, jnanam, and yogam will overflow. Do not have fear, bliss is there. Do not have worry, I will protect with goodness. Happiness is there, enlightenment is there. Do not have fear, bliss is there.